What's up, everybody? So, I have some complaints, and I'm probably going to catch a lot of shit for what I'm about to say here. So, I go to my local Walmart because I wanted to get a next gen console, right? They don't have PlayStations, I know that. So, I thought, they announced the RE4 remake. And I was like, man, I gotta upgrade to get it. And I want to play it. I want to see what it's all about. I want to see what they do with it. So I went and bought an Xbox Series S, which is right there. And it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Now, to the people that do like Xbox, I respect that. I'm a PlayStation guy. Die-hard PlayStation. And yes, I know that internally, graphics-wise, they're identical. It's all the same. Now, that's a positive. Now, the graphics on my 4K TV, very nice. The frame rate, very good. I really like it. So my first complaint for this system is the storage space. 512 gigs is what you get. I have Elden Ring on it, RE2, RE3, and RE8. 4 games. And I've only got 200 and some odd gigs left. So you're telling me that you can only put about maybe, 7 games on it if you're lucky before that thing is completely full. And yes, I know, you can get the Series X, it's the terabyte drive. Even the terabyte drive, you're only going to be able to get maybe 12 games on it, depending on file size. Now, the reason that I complain about this is knowing, the companies, PlayStation and Xbox, Microsoft, knowing how big these new games are as they're being developed and made, shouldn't they put an internal hard drive that can handle how big that stuff is? I mean, come on, man. I mean, yeah, it's $299. That's why I got it. Because it's the cheapest next-gen console I could get a hold of. So I did. My next complaint is the controller. The analog sticks. To me, feel like they could break off at any time. The D-pad on them, it's click. You hear that? My PS4, it does the same thing, but it's not, it's like the button inputs to me feel different. Now the X, A, B, and Y buttons, I have no problem with those. I have no problem with the buttons here in the middle of the controller, and the power button up here I'm not used to. I like it to be down in between the analog sticks. I don't know. I don't gel with it, And another thing, batteries for your controller, AA batteries. I'm a musician, and I have used many stump boxes, pedals, for my guitars and my amp that take 9-volt batteries, and with consistent play time, you'd have to change them at least once a week. Now the time on the batteries states 30 hours before they're dead. Well, if you're playing a game like Elden Ring, 30 hours isn't even halfway through that game before your controller's dead and you got to go buy new batteries. Why can't they put a battery pack inside the controller, seal it up like PlayStation does, and have a cable that you run to your system and to the controller to charge it? Now, yes, I went to Walmart after installing the battery packs that came with my, that came with my charging dock that I had to buy for an extra $30. I put one of those in, went to Walmart and got a USB-C cable, which is what they use to charge with. I plugged it in today, hooked it up, plugged it into the controller. I don't even know if the damn thing works. I can't tell if it's charging my battery or not. Because PlayStation gives you the indication that yes, your controller is charging, or no, it's not, due to the light on the front of the controller. Now, as I said, I know, there's a lot of people out here that love Microsoft, they love Xbox, and I get it. But I'm PlayStation, man. I've always been PlayStation. Because, see, when I got this system, I read the manual that said it took a USB-C cable to charge the controller with a battery pack. The damn cable's not even included with the system. At least PlayStation includes your USB charging cord for your controller. You don't have to go out and spend an extra $20 on that. I don't understand. And you can get external hard drives for the PS4. That hook into your controller port over there. Up to 4 terabyte, which is what I have running to mine. Xbox, you can't do that. Apparently, you can't do that. I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, no, you can't do that. And the PlayStation, the old ones, the old PS4s, the first ones that came out before the Slim model, you could actually take apart. Take the 2.5 internal hard drive out and replace it with any Seagate 2.5 laptop hard drive. Stick it in, download your update file from a USB, what do they call that, flash drive, and you back in business with ever how much the hard drive will hold. I mean, yeah, like I said, I love the graphics, I love the frame rate. It's really awesome to look at. But playing with that controller, it just feels awkward to me. Like, I feel like I'm going to break it sometimes. They feel like really cheaply made. And for $299, what can you expect, right? I'm not going to pay, upwards of $700 for the Series X. If I'm going to pay that, I'm getting a PS5. And that's what my plan is. I'm going to try and get my hands on a PS5. And then this Xbox is going to be up for sale. And Microsoft will never get any more of my money. Once I got my Xbox, let's talk about this. This shit is, man. I got my Xbox, brought it home, hooked it up, figured out how to work the damn thing. And then I purchased Elden Ring. Download it, start playing it, and then later that night, well, I want to go get the RE2, RE3 Raccoon City bundle. Just to have some games to play until RE4 Remake is released. Because that's the ultimate reason that I got this. I go to purchase my game for $23.99. Oops. We don't know what happened, but your purchase cannot be completed. And I was like, the hell? I know I got money on my card because I just got paid. Like last week, And then I go and try and use it on my PlayStation. I was going to buy me just a $6 game. And then immediately delete it. Just to see, is there something wrong with my card? And I click the button to make my purchase. And it says, your card on file has expired. And I was like, what the hell? I know I have money in the bank. There's no possible way that these purchases cannot be approved. So I call the bank when I get home from work the next day. Oh, there's restrictions on your card. Because when I made my Microsoft account, which I already had because of my laptop, and you bought those games, they thought someone stole your card and they locked it down. Of all the years that I have been using PlayStation and buying digital games, No matter the cost. I've spent hundreds. I've bought 158 items on my PS Store, on my PS4. Not once has my card been locked for purchasing from PlayStation. The second I get a fucking Xbox, man, make a couple game purchases, locked down. Like, what the hell, man? So this is the only Xbox I'm ever gonna buy. Now this just could be rage-induced from my card being locked, which is straightened out now. It's fine. But of all the things I mentioned, man, why can't they include this USB-C cable with the controller in the system? And why do you have to have AA batteries? Which I know you can get rechargeable batteries, get a charging dock, you know, you can do all that. But do you really need that shit? You should have the cable included and the battery pack pre-installed so that you don't have to go out and spend extra money to be able to charge your controller so you can play a game. One good thing I can say about it that has not happened on my PS4 is there have been no game crashes. PS4, yeah, Elden Ring has crashed a few times when you're summoning multiplayer, you know. And there's been some times where I've been playing Bloodborne offline and errors will occur, the game crashes. Haven't had that happen with Xbox yet. And the Xbox stays pretty cool when you're using it. I mean, so that's a plus too. I'm not gonna shit completely all over it, but it's just not for me, man. I'm getting a PS5 as soon as I can, and then this Xbox will either be sold to someone that I know or just sold to a pawn shop somewhere. Like, man. Worst $299 I ever spent. Bought a PS3 for $350 way back in the day. It worked perfectly, had no issues out of it. And when I got my Slim model, I gave my ex-girlfriend that PS3 that I bought way back in like 2009 or something. And she used it for, 5 or 6 more years before it finally died. The PS3, the Slim model I have, is still in my nephew's room, and it still works perfectly. The PS4 that I had, the first one, worked perfectly. I just wanted to get a new one because, you know, I figured I've had it for a while. Maybe I'll just go buy a new one that already has the terabyte drive installed, and I can get an external hard drive for it to make it have a little more memory. That PS4 I gave to a friend of mine's nephew, and he still plays on it. He told me he really liked it, and he plays PS and Xbox, both of them. He's bigger on Xbox. I'm bigger on PlayStation. But man, Xbox, Microsoft, I mean, you gotta do better on your systems, dude. Include the cable, charge the controller, pre-install battery packs, not freaking Duracell AA shit. Because using batteries, if you're in the middle of a game, and that 30-hour limit on your battery life is reached, your controller dies. What are you going to do? You can't quit the game. You can't pause the game if you're playing a game like Dark Souls or Elden Ring. You're going to let the game sit while you're fighting a boss and run to the dollar store real quick, get some batteries. It's just crazy to me. And the controller, you know, yeah, I know that's how they're designed and that's the way they want to lay it out. But those analog sticks, make them a little more sturdy, man, so they don't feel like they're going to just fall out of the controller when you're using them. Come on, man. So that's my little spiel about this. It's my rant. I'm hardcore PlayStation. I'm always going to be. And this is the last time that Microsoft gets any of my money due to what they did to my card, which it technically was not them. It was my bank, but they are what caused my bank to lock it down. which I had bought some flea treatment for my dog and used a different card reader than most places. So I'm thinking maybe that's what it was, honestly. But according to the lady that helped me fix my card, the restrictions were put on after I made or tried to make the Resident Evil bundle purchase on Xbox. So, that's just my spiel. People can hate me if they want to, but like I said, if you love Xbox, awesome, more power to you. They are great graphically, and the frame rate is really nice, and the audio. That's another good thing about them. They have the same kind of audio the PS5 has. When you wear a headset, I can even tell it on my TV how the audio will envelop around you, which is pretty cool. I mean, PS4 don't have that, but PS5 does. So you guys can take this for what it's worth. You can shit all over me in the comments if you want to, because I'm basically shitting on Xbox. But, yeah. Take care of yourselves out here. And if you upgrade whatever system you like, go out and get that system. I just wanted to let this out a little bit. So, take care out here. And be good to each other. Always.